Space, the final engineer. One man alone will give you a tour of his facilities that they have been building over the last few months on Twitch. Welcome to the video, guys, of the first ever base tour for YouTube. The star date is 04/06/2014, and we're going to take about 15 minutes out now to show you my facilities. A quick tour. There is an ADP up there that you can see in the distance. I will show you that on a separate video. It is basically an automated drilling platform with piston. Basically, here we've got two little ore ships. We are getting straight into this video, which go backwards and forwards. The ADP will drop ore in there, and then this will drop it into here. So this is our this is our little base. Over here, where this green light is, there is a hopper, or a collector as they're called, and we basically drop uranium in there and it goes into the reactor. So it's a quick way, so as long as it's got power we can get there. So we're going to go down into the depths of this platform. So this is the ADP platform, so we're going to take the lift way down here, and we've got two storage containers. Now I usually use, as you'll see down the bottom right, a very low centre of gravity. We've got the collectors where the ore gets dropped into, and they keep separate for each ship. No reason for that, I just decided to do it that way. We've got an office that faces out towards the sun, and then we're going to go down to the control room. Or you can, I try to make it so you can view out places as well. I should turn all that rubbish off. There we go, that's better. So you can have a look around. So we come down in here, and I'm going to come back to the control room in a minute because that's the way we're going to go out. But we're going to go past the control room into our observation deck of the ADP platform. So you can see our monorail train in good detail. It's got a cab at both ends. It's got large storage containers, 6 of them, all connected in. We've got the sort of gantry over the top where we drop the ore into the train. These have got welders on them as well, so that it can repair the track if it goes too fast, which is quite good. So again, we can view out all sides. We've made it very good. And in the bottom here, we've got the reactor. This is the emergency reactor, so we've got a red alert on. And as you can see, the connectors come down there. That's from that green bit I showed you above. So we go back up. So in the control room, you can sit in the chair. We've got a little ammunitions locker. I've not put any ammunition in it, but that's where you would store your weapons, just your guns and stuff. So here, this is where you would turn those on and drop the stuff in the train. And here's how you would get out to the train, is you would just jump out. Now we're going to put our jetpack on. I'm not going to move the train. Again, I'll keep that for a separate video. But you've got a cab at each end. You jump in it, and she drives along here. So we're going to fly along here to our base. This is our main base. Now we've been building this, as I say, since the middle of March, so it's been quite a long time. So the train will come here, it will park over the top. We are going to put a traffic light system in. I know roughly how I'm going to do it, but we'll do that in a future video. And we will update this video periodically. But basically it will drop the ore in here, and then those underneath are connected to all of these. So this is where we keep the raw ore. So we've got 275k stone. It's the only thing that I haven't refined. And I'll just quickly show you the fact that I will show you as we go down through. Actually, you come down in, and this is below this platform. So again, you can see the train coming. We've got the connectors coming through, which go up to the containers, and we've got basically another connector which we drop into the collectors in order to transfer the raw oil over to the main base. So we've kept it separate, and I have just noticed the bug of what I did. No, I haven't. No, that's right. That does keep that separate. So we're going to go down here. So we've got again conveyors going down. We're going to go down through the asteroid, and I'm going to. This isn't quite finished yet, so this is a bit of work in progress we're currently working on. Into our ammunition facility. So in here, this is where we make all our arms. So we've got 3 assemblers for creating the stuff, and in here we've got some explosives. We have got some ammo crates, and we've got some missiles. And then if I go down the other end, just behind, whoops, down here we've got another small crate for handgun ammunition, for magazines. So again, very low centre of gravity down this place. We're going to go down the bottom, below the place, and we've got a control centre. So that's where we will, like, transfer, which we haven't built the next bit yet, but we would transfer the ammo into what's up here, which we are building. So up here, I'm just going to take a little bit of a gap. We're building an ammunition cargo vessel, which is going to be heavily armoured. It's going to be armed to the teeth to protect itself, and it's going to be coming in here, and there'll be a pipe over to drop it in. The ammunition place has got weapons that are all linked in via conveyors, so that's why I've left that bit open for you guys. So it will automatically replenish these guns and defend in case we are attacked. That's for a long-term game when they do it a bit more. The game's still alpha, guys, so bear that in mind. So anyway, we're going to come back up. Now, I'm going to quickly go down here and show you what we've got down here. So we drop the stuff in that hopper. Where does it go? So we drop the ore in. It takes us down through there. But I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go the other way. So we're going to go back up. And we are running around. I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible because it just gets mental otherwise. So we're back up the top now where the train comes in. So you've seen down that way, and you've seen there's a hole goes down through there. So where are we going? We've got a landing platform here for a small ship for basically the boss, which is me. I haven't designed the small ship, but there's going to be a small ship that parks there. So we're going to go down into his penthouse suite, as I like to call it. So again, you can see the sun. It's got good sun. It's got some solar panels down below. You can see the base going down below. So we're going to carry on down and through. And I like to make this base so that you've got multiple ways to go, and like you can see things through windows and stuff. Just hit the tower. Yeah, we got plenty of health. I thought I had health issues there. So that's where that connector comes out of the asteroid, and then comes down through here, and then it goes under the base to our production facilities, which we'll come to in a minute. So we're going to go back down again. So there you go, it's come down through there. So we'll just go out here quick to show you. Not lying. There it goes. We came down through there, it comes through and down, and then it goes underneath the base. So we have got this big red building. What's this big red building out here, you see? Well, it's obviously a command tower. So this is basically where you can look out and sort of, it is designed to get 360, but we kind of built that in the way. But it doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good. We'll come to that later, and we'll come to all of those bits in a moment. So let's go down. So we're lift down. So we're going to come here. Right, landing gear. What are the landing gear here for? This is for landing our medical frigate, which we've called Nightingale. I'm going to show you the medical frigate later. So we're going to come up in here, and the reason it lands there is this is our medical room. So we've got a couple of medical bays for me and a chap called Adi who helps me out, and we've got a facility to put 3 more for other players at a later date. So it's all good. So we're going to go out onto the main bay. I'm going to put my jetpack on now. The blue thing we'll come to in just a second. We've got a couple more collectors where we can drop more ore. So if we're doing mining down here in this tunnel, which is where we originally started, we can drop it here and it goes straight into our production facility. I'm going to quickly peer over the edge because this is our original raiding ship, and then when they sort of brought a few more things out, I think it was conveyors, we built this thing. But I didn't quite like this, and then I built another one which is down there, which is the recent one, and I don't really like it, but it's okay. So that's our 3 raiding ships. So it's a Raider, Mark 1, Mark 2 and Mark 3. This here is a probe. So I'm going to put my overlay back on for a moment, but we built a probe right at the beginning of when I was streaming, which was like March time, and we fired it off into space, and that's how far the sandbox goes, just as a test. So I'm going to turn my overlay off again. Don't need that anymore, and we're going to go to the blue building. What's the blue building? The blue building connects down through the base, which is kind of good. So we can go all the way down through and go to different levels. So we're going to come to the first level first. So we've got, and I'm going to take you through here first. So in here we've got the main reactor. In the main reactor we've got absolute shed loads of uranium, and we've got a lot at the other end. It is automatically connected through, again, under the base, under this floor, and it comes out there and through. So if we mine uranium ore, it automatically puts uranium into the reactor all the time. So we've got our collectors up the top. They collect the ore that we drop in, and that comes into where we store the refined product. So this is the refined product we've got. We've got absolutely tons of it at the moment. We've been doing this quite a while. So then it stores it in there. Now we've got 2 refineries. Now 2 refineries are okay, but is that enough? Not really, but we will come back to that in a minute. We've got a little fighter ship, which we call the Wasp. Not brilliant. I'm not brilliant at designing little ships. I'm better at designing bigger ships. Oh. So we're going to come across. Right, more storage. This is where we keep our main storage here. So we've got all sorts in those containers, and we've put that in. We don't tend to use that, and I'll show you why in a minute. But we've got a connector if we need to load a small ship for any reason. We've got our original cargo vessels. These are what we built. These were sort of created or inspired by Space 1999, which is an old TV series that I used to watch as a kid. So that's where those come from. So we're going to go back into here. We're going to go back this way, and we're going to jump here. Now this green building sits underneath where we store the Nightingale, and this is where we're going to put wheeled vehicles. This is my first attempt at a wheeled vehicle, and then they changed the way the boxes work, so the boxes are now the wrong way round, and I have to take those off, or the cargo containers, and redo those at some point, which we will come back to at some point, but we'll get there. Right, let's go down to the next level. This is where things start getting a little bit more interesting. So we come through here. We have got a mining ship, which I will come back to in a second, but we've got our 8 refineries. So again, all connected through with conveyors, all work, and they are pretty good. So we're going to go down to the bottom level now, or not the bottom level, but the next level. So we're going to go a quick tour of our mining ships. We've got what I call GDR ships, which is the GDR Mark 1 is the yellow one, the GDR 2, which is the green one up there, and the GDR Mark 3. So we've got 3 versions of it. Basically, as they change something in the game, I'll make a new one. The way these work is they tow a reactor and a gravity generator from a large ship. It has to be from a large ship, not a base, because a base won't move. So you have to do it as a large ship so that you can tow it around. When it's on, it forces the gravity forward, pushing the ore back into any hole that you're digging, which means the drills can pick it up better, so you pick up more of the stone. That's the concept. Now they've got sort of the collectors and all the conveyors. We put all of these on the Mark III, so they then filter into the container and we can drop it off. So again, this is for the hoppers upstairs. We can go and do a little bit of mining in there, come back, and then drop it off. We'll carry on for our production facilities. We've got 8 assemblers, so we can pretty much make shed loads of stuff quite quickly. We could make more, but at the moment 8 is enough. But I've got room to put, you know, another 4 in there if I wanted to, so we could go up to 12. This bit here is unfinished. This is a lift, and we'll go up. And again, there's a little bit of an unfinished area here because we need access across to this part. This here is just basically an observation deck for looking out here, and there's basically like an airlock, if you like, that goes through to a mining hauler that we stole, painted, repaired, and are doing up. And we'll come to that in a minute. Again, there's just a few rooms through there, nothing special. So we're going to carry on. In here is where we store mine and AD's starter ships, but they have bugged out recently, and I don't know why. I think it's where they update the new ship designs, and they freak out and they bounce about and they've caused some damage. So we need to take them both out and repair them, do them back up, and then maybe think of an alternative place to put them. So anyway, we're going to carry on down. You know, this base is absolutely massive, guys. We've been building this since the middle of March, and you'll get a bit of a view on this temporary level here. It shows you the split between sort of the upper area and the lower area. So again, you can see the connectors, the conveyors going around the place, all the way around to various parts of the base. We've got some more storage down there, and we'll come to that in a moment. So we're going to carry on down again, down a bit more. So we're going to come down to the next level. So there's a little connector around here which takes you down to the breaker's yard, which is where we cut up ships, and I will come back to that, but we're going to go to it a different way. We're going to go to it this way. So again, you can look out, you get a sense of, you know, the size of things. That over there I forgot to show you, but in the production thing where the mining ships are is a ramp that goes up and down and closes it and seals it. So this is quite a long shaft, so I tend to put my jetpack on to come down there because it's too far and you hurt yourself. Right, this is our construction hangar. So in here, again, you can look out various ways and you can get a sense of scale. Look at the size of that thing. But this is where we store anything to do with construction. Goes in this hangar. So in here, we've got what we call Grease Monkey. This is our main production ship in that it can be auto-loaded from the base. If the ship isn't here, we've got an overflow facility, so it just drops through and goes back into the base if you accidentally start filtering stuff in. But it's 4 large containers that can transport goods out to construction places we're working on. We have got a ship called Little Scavenger, which has a load of grinders on the front which chop the ships up in the pit. Now we've got 2 ways. We can either drop the stuff straight into the pit, which I'll show you in a minute, or we can bring it back here and drop it in here if we want to automatically load Grease Monkey. So again, if Grease Monkey's there and we want these parts, and we're specifically, you know, we're short on plates in that and we want to put plates in there, we'll go and chop up a ship, bring it back here, open up the bottom. So we'll open up the connectors, it will drop straight in through those tubes into Grease Monkey, loading it basically. If Grease Monkey's out, it would just drop it into the base. So there's model things. This next ship is our large welding ship. Sorry, again we've got connectors coming through, so we can load it with plates or components or whatever we need to do welding. I don't really like this ship. It's too tall and we need to redesign and make a new one. Ideally it needs to be 3 blocks high and it's sort of 4 and it makes it too much of a cube. So we don't really like that ship. We're going to redo that. These ships I do like. This is Spot 1 and Spot 2. Sorry, the large welding ship's called Spotty. And then you've got Spot 1 and Spot 2. So again, we've got connectors coming through where we can load it. We've got a little chair here which we put in temporarily. We're going to build a little room here. But you can load these ships up, and if you have a look, they are absolutely stoked with stuff. You know, they're pretty much full at the moment, and they go off and do welding. They're absolutely fabulous little ships because they can get in tight areas, they can carry quite a bit and be out on site. So we like that. So anyway, we're going to go through. We're going to carry on through the base. So back through the construction hangar. We're going to go across now to basically the breaker's yard, or the reclamation yard that we call it. So this here took a week or more to build, and it is friggin' huge, and I think it's one of the best parts of the base. We built it, we put framework inside, we put lighting, we've got gravity, we've got everything in here. It's really nice. You know, if you come to a few repairs on here, you can get to all the pipes. We've got 4 storage containers that currently aren't being used, but because of the pipes here, they are very easy to sort of link in. We can just throw a pipe across here into that one, and again up the top, across there, change those, and away we go. You know, it's very simple to put them in. So you can access these from here for the lower ones, and if we go up a level, up to here, we can access the upper ones from here. So again, they're not connected at the moment, so they've got nothing in. But yeah, all good. All good. So we're going to go up to the next level. Now this is a good level. I like this level. We have got a walkway that goes all the way around the outside so you can look out the windows. And we'll quickly go over it so you can see what I mean. So you can see like ships where we store here. You can see our little defences up there, which we kind of can see. And I'll show you those in a bit more detail as well. We'll go across there in a minute. And we've got a control room. I'm just going to grab a bit more health while I'm here. We're down to 60%. That's just boosting the energy. We'll get it up to 100 and then we'll carry on with the tour. So here again, you can just like move things around or whatever in the control room, grab a bit of health, do whatever you need. It's a handy little room to have. So we're going to go up to the top now. So we're going to go up and out here. So this is a connector that comes down through. That's the blue connector that comes down through the building. We've got another little control room, another little med bay, and the 2 storage tanks that we've got out the side. Again, we've got access to those here. So container 5 and 6. So very good. So here is where we chop up ships. So we bring them in. We've got a couple of ways of docking them. I tend to only borrow mining haulers and military transports because they're the best. You can get the most resources out of those. Any other ship isn't really worth it. So this has been designed for those 2 ships. Now the military transport is slightly longer than this pit. The pit needed to be longer, but it was one of those things. We designed this a long time ago, and we had other ships that we were taking apart, so it's not quite big enough, but it's good enough. We may extend it a bit later on, but it means extending the bottom, so I don't know. We may just leave it. It works. It works. Basically, the little scavenger can come in, grind it with the connectors closed, and then when it gets far enough over, it can just open and drop the stuff into the pit. Now, originally this was built before we had grinders, so the method of this, the reason we built this, was so that we could cut a ship up with our hand grinder, and once your inventory was full, it would drop it straight in the pit, and it would save you having to keep on going and emptying 4,000 inventory or whatever it is. So that's why we did it. But yeah, it works just as well with little scavenger. So up here, I'll just give you a quick look at this, is our first sort of base defences we're putting in. So what we've effectively got is a little control room, or a little room, which has got a cargo container for storing stuff. We may have to put more in, which again we've got room to put more in here. Reactor, gravity gen, and underneath some mood light and red alert. There will be an attack on the little control room, and the way it all connects through. And that's basically it, and then there's just loads of pipes that go around to arm the guns. And I wanted to do it like this, and again have it a little bit open so that there is a chance of like destroying this, you know, if you were the enemy. But this is one defence thing. We're going to put another one down there, and then we're going to spot some around the sides of the base, up on those asteroids to cover the ADP sort of area, and then we're going to make a similar thing to this, but as a satellite to defend the place. So that's a future project. So we're going to go back across here. So we're pretty much done now. As I say, we've borrowed a mining hauler. The reason we've painted this red and we've docked it on the base is eventually we're going to get the door actually working, because the one they give you doesn't work, it's locked. And eventually we're going to put a lift in here, as I say, so you will at some point be able to drive around here in a vehicle, go on the lift, come down the lift, and then into either of these 2 ships. The 2 ships are the last things I'm sort of going to bring you to. No, it's not. I'm just going to show you something else quick, which is the last bit of the base, which is over here. Is a sort of a command building. We call it the town hall, but again it's connected across, and you can come in here. It's got a little landing bay. You know, perhaps this should be, you know, diplomatic relations. You come in here, border control, before you can get into the base. Maybe we should make this platform a bit bigger. We might do that in a future episode. Make that a bit bigger, so you know you come in and you have to go through border control before entering the base. Right, we have got 2 ships here. I'm going to show you the bottom one first. This is Nightingale. This is our medical frigate. In here we've got 2 medical bays, and that's it, but we can put 4. So that's an on-site medical frigate from when we're out at other asteroids doing work, you know, and keep it on site. We've also got Colonial Explorer. Now the reason I built Colonial Explorer, and it took the initial build without the side bits there, which we did the other day, was all done by hand by myself with a welding torch. Right, it took a week just to do the heavy armour on the outside. It took 8 hours to make that sign. It was ridiculously long. But the purpose of this ship is to go out long distances. It has, and I'm not going to show you inside because I'll keep that for a separate video, but it has got refineries, it has got storage, it has got assemblers underneath, it's got a massive reactor. The last week we've put these side pods on, which is a connector through from the medical frigate Nightingale, so you can get up through, but it's also got conveyors all the way through to arm these. In the future it's going to have more weaponry along the top, and it's going to be connected through. These are going to disappear, we're going to take those off, and we may redesign the cockpit. I don't know yet, we shall see, but it's something we're considering. But it's a work in progress ship. There is one final part of the base, or a couple of final bits to the base which I've missed. We've got this down here, which is where we lock it into place, and there's a little control room. Again, you just connect to it from there and go down. And the only other bit I want to quickly show you is the fact that I'm lagging a bit, guys, because I'm recording at the same time. Is underneath. Again, these pits are connected underneath, so it's just a way of moving it about. So there you have it. There's our little base that we've been working on for the last few months. Any questions, throw them in comments and I will try and answer them. I'm going to try and update this and put a new video up once every month or two as we go. But if you follow me on or subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll get notifications for those. If you want to come along and see me building this live, because we do everything in survival, pop along to www.twitch.tv/SlimNasty2013 and I'll pop that in the description. So come along, watch, chat. You know, we do 6-hour streams at a time usually for this, and we tend to do a very long Saturday stream on Space Engineers. So Space Engineers Saturday, woo! So pop along there. Also follow me on Twitter, because then you'll get notifications about everything. It will notify you if I'm going live on Twitch. It will notify you if I pop a video up on YouTube. It will notify you if I do anything on my Google Plus page, which I don't really use. Don't really like Google Plus. Sorry, YouTube. But yeah, it will notify you there, or it will notify you if I retweet somebody else's channel going live, or any bits of technology that I think you guys should have a look at. So there's all sorts of things I retweet on there. So follow me on Twitter as well. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been a blast. Hopefully you've liked this video. If you have liked it, hit the like. If you dislike it, hit the dislike. But you're not very cool if you do that, really. Let's face it. If you want to know any more information, pop it down in the comment section below. I'll leave it open. Be nice to everybody. That's the way we keep it. And we will go from there. But guys, most importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to Twitter, my Twitter channel, and subscribe to my Twitch page. So, until the next video, we shall see you again. Bye for now.